Hi, my name's David. I'm here to talk to you about 4 key features in retail. First, I'm going to talk to you about invoicing. This is important to record your transactions and get paid. Second one I want to talk to you about is inventory, because you need to see how much inventory you have at each different location or different outlets. Third, I want to talk about expiry date, because based upon a product, if you're selling like vegetables or pharmaceuticals, there's an expiry date, so you need to know when it expires. And finally, we're going to talk about how to slice and dice your P&L, your profit and loss balance sheet, general ledger by outlets. The problems that the retail business faces with invoicing is if they have a POS system, it has to be connected to an accounting system. If not, it can be a major headache. For example, if I see at the end of the month, I have all these transactions, and then I try to compare it to my accounting system and they're not connected and I find any discrepancies, it could be a real headache trying to find the exact record that is missing in there. And even worse, if they're writing it down on paper or they're just doing stock counts. So for example, if I'm just doing a daily stock count at the end of the day on what stock's there, and I look at the amount of money I brought in, do I know that is all the money there? Did I actually pay for it? There was no recording of the stock being removed from the system. So it's really integration, connecting it together. And that's one great thing about having a system that's connected to a POS system or a system that can record it in the system so that everyone can see it. So for example, in Disquera, we have the mobile app and we have the barcode scanner. So I can use it, the barcode scanner, to scan each product. And after that, I can save it as an invoice. So it's recorded in my system. We also have the ability to import invoices. So using Excel, we can use the Excel to record all the information and import it. And finally, we have APIs. So you can connect your POS system directly to Disquera. And that way, all the records come in and are recorded. Some of the problems with inventory for retail is that if you're doing it manually, it's very difficult to know how much stock you have in the actual outlet, or if you have multiple outlets, what the stock levels are in each one. Also, what's your fast-moving stock, what's your slow-moving stock? Are some products just sitting there idly, occupying a lot of space, and other stocks are moving out very quickly, so I need to top up quickly because of the demand to take advantage of it. And if I don't know what stock's moving fast, what stock's moving slow, how much stock I have in each warehouse, then I don't know what's going on. Especially if I'm selling groceries as well. So for example, I can see my expiry date and I can see how much groceries are there in one outlet. I can then see it's going to expire soon and I can move it to other outlets. Also, I can move other products to other outlets that are moving faster as well. So one of the benefits that you can see by having a system that's connected is that I can have multiple warehouses, and then from those multiple warehouses, I can see the stock level in each one. I can also track and see the stock levels. Are they going up, going down, how quickly they're moving? And also I can determine how to make stock transfers, transfer from one outlet to another. Also, if I have a big retail outlet warehouse, for example, or a big retail outlet, I can also start moving that to smaller outlets based upon different types of demands. So this is all important to do in the system. It's also important to have your tracked products based upon batch or serial number, as well as your bill of materials. So if, for example, if you're assembling products, then you can assemble them at your big outlet and then disperse them to multiple outlets. That way you always know you have enough stock, enough packaging in order to do this, because if you don't, then all of a sudden you're missing something, then you're stuck and you're stopped until you get it. So another key part of retail is expiry date. So based upon your type of business, you may have food products and you may have other items like medical products that expire. So based upon different types of products, you may want to have it batch tracked or serial tracked. So for example, for products like food products, you would have a batch tracked and then you would have expiry date for it. There's 2 important reasons for this. The first reason is that if there's a recall, you need to easily find your batch. The other one is when it expires. Again, you don't want to sell expired food, or expired medicine. So that's a key thing. For a serial number, you can also think of it like your laptop, your camera, and your other items. They have specific serial numbers for each, and then you can track them individually as well. So in our system, we have batch as well as serial numbers. So that way, when you create a product, you can input the batch number, and then you can input the expiry date. That way you can tell when this product's going to expire or end, and you also can decide on what you want to do. So for example, if your food is going to expire soon, maybe you want to discount it so you can get it out of your shelves. Or for example, if medicine's going to expire, you're probably going to want to reorder some more products for it to replace it. Because if you don't move it out, then it's going to be gone. This also goes back to inventory because you can see your slow moving and fast moving products. If your products are going to expire soon, it may mean that there's not a lot of demand for this product. While other products that are not expiring or getting off the shelves, you can see that have more desire to buy from the customer. Reporting is another important part of any retail business because you need to be able to see how much money you're making, your profit and loss, your balance sheet, your general ledger. And based upon how you're actually doing the report, it may change, the numbers. So for example, if you're using a spreadsheet, you have all this information, multiple spreadsheets, you share with other colleagues, and you're inputting the data manually. And if you make a change, then all the data gets changed. If, for example, if you have macros in there and the person who made the macros is gone, you don't know how the report actually works anymore. You don't know how these numbers are appearing. And if your finance wants to see a breakdown or splitting up of different outlets, that's another manual task that can be quite painful, depending on how you set it up. So the key thing is, for example, with Descara, inside the system, you can go to settings, you can go to custom fields, you can create a drop down. So I can have like different drop downs based on my different outlets. For example, one in Los Angeles, one in San Diego, one in San Francisco. I can then go create my purchase invoices and sign them to different outlets. I can go and sign my invoices to different outlets. And then after that, I can go and see my reporting, like my profit and loss, and filter by those outlets and see which ones are successful or not. Because an overall P&L report may look really, really good. But then after you split up by outlets, you see that, okay, maybe these 3 outlets are doing really well, but this one's not doing very good. So you're able to see it very, very clearly. Same thing with other reports. For example, your inventory reports. When you go in there, you want to see at a glance what is your inventory and which warehouse it's located or which outlets it's located. You want to see your aging report. So you want to see how old your stock is getting. Like, was this stock here back in the 1950s? Why is it still here? We may need to change it. You also want to see your stock in and stock out report, what's going in and going out, your stock valuation report. So all these different reports give you a better idea of what's going on in your company. And without a clear picture, you can be in some real eye-opening situations. Custom fields work with a lot of different reports inside the system. You can look at your balance sheet, your profit and loss, your general ledger, and you can filter it out by your wonderful journal entries. We already have a report inside the system specifically for warehouses, so you don't even need to slice and dice by there. But you can also filter out different inventory reports by different warehouses as well. So that way you can just look and see how each outlet is doing and what needs to be done. Also, we have a report builder as well. So that way you can design and change the report to how you want to see it, and that way you can see the information clearly. Because one thing that can be quite painful is if someone like your finance, or you have a person that wants to see the report in a different way and get a different idea or a different sight of what's going on. Changing a current standard report can be quite difficult, especially if you're a spreadsheet, you have to manually do it. But with a report builder, you can just slice and dice and drag and drop, and then you get your report the way you want to see it. We also have invoice reports where you can see your invoices, you can see your sales reports, and this will be key. So you can see how many invoices were generated every day and the total amount of invoices there, and have an idea of what's going on. You can also see your fulfillment, what reports, which items have been filled on which days. So you can see maybe certain days, different products are getting fulfilled at different areas. So for example, maybe Friday, different products are getting fulfilled, where on Monday, Tuesday, maybe different products are getting fulfilled. And then you get a better idea of how fast flowing the products are, which ones are fast moving and which ones are slow moving, and does it depend on which day. We also have purchase order reports and purchase order fulfillment reports. So that way you can see how much stock is actually coming into the system and going into your outlets. So that way you can see in the future how much stock's coming in and how much stock you have on hand. And the key thing is, based upon how big your outlet is, you may not have a large amount of space to store these goods. So you want to make sure that they're coming in and you're not overstocking, as well as you have enough stock to maintain your business flow as well. So that way you can forecast what you need to buy in the future based upon how fast the stock moves in and out, and be able to determine what you need to buy next and when to buy it. So since you're still here, I have a bonus point on retail that I would like to talk to you about. That is, of course, reconciliation, cash and bank reconciliation, because that's a very key point. One painful thing could be is at the end of the month, you see your bank statement and then you try to reconcile it, what's going on. And if you don't have a system, it can be quite painful. So when you have a system that is actually linked to your POS system or is scanned in using our good old barcode scanner, or you're importing it in, you'll be able to go and see, okay, these are my transactions for this month. This is what my bank statement says, and does it tally? And it should tally. If it doesn't tally, something is going wrong. Like, what happened? And then with a system, you can go drill in. Okay, my bank says this. These are my cashes per every day that I deposited into my bank account. These are my daily transactions for that period, and then I can start looking and analyzing and finding out what is missing, what happened. And that's very important to any retail company, especially a cash-based one. Thank you again for spending your time listening to these 4 points on retail with a bonus point, our 5th point. And please like and subscribe. And please let me know what you think in the comment section.